Yes, hello, hi. Welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, the Mania. And today we have Sideshow, Clone Trooper, one of the ranks. I can't remember which one. I think it's Lieutenant, maybe? Sergeant, Lieutenant, Captain. I don't remember. It's one of them. I think it might be Sergeant. I'll plaster it on the screen here. But I don't have a box for this, so I guess we're going to talk about this bag that everything came with. So here we have the display bag where it says Phase 1 Clone. Oh, there it is, Captain right there. Captain Red Sideshow. And it's got all the accessories inside, which is awesome. I love the way that they designed this bag. I love the Ziploc technology. I think it's really good overall. I've never really had a problem with spills or messes in this bag. And as you can see, it really holds everything in place. So I'd say pretty solid packaging overall. There is a stain though, so that will take off points in the overall. And it is a Johnson & Johnson family company, and they supported Vietnam because they made a lot of products for Vietnam, and they supported the war in Vietnam. So that takes away points as well. But overall, I'd say pretty good packaging. So let's get the figure out of the packaging and take a look at the Sideshow Captain Red Clone Trooper. So it is always nice to get another Clone Trooper in the collection. You know, as much as you know, they're the same guy, they're not, and every single clone feels so special and different, and it's always good to get one, especially some of the older ones. I love the Sideshow ones, well, some of the Sideshow ones, and I definitely want to get more of these in my collection. I have the yellow one on ordered, and I bought it, but it's like in a weird spot. The mailing is weird, and it's trapped. He's trapped somewhere. So I was going to do a 2 video and have them both together, but he's taking too long, so I was just like, I'll talk about this guy because I've got really nobody else to talk about. And I absolutely love this red. This color red is beautiful, and it's almost making me think that maybe I should turn this guy into a custom Fordo, like Phase 1 Fordo, because he's got the same kind of color scheme going on. I think I could probably just slide it and change the wrists to more of the ARC Trooper style wrist, and I think I could get pretty solid custom here. But you know, that's a thought for another time. This guy's super cool, and let's stop him from spinning and talk about him a little bit. So he's a pretty bare bones clone trooper. He comes with pretty much everything he needs. His regular blaster, which at one point was the pistol in the original Battlefront 2, but is the generic blaster of the default assault in Battlefront 2, the new one. This piece was holding, and now all of a sudden it's not, so that's a little silly. But this is kind of like a weird tripod thing that you never ever seen used in the Clone Wars. So I don't know why they even have it, but it's pretty straightforward. Then we got the long rifle, which in, like I said, Battlefront 2 was your original base gun, and then in Battlefront 2 it was your heavy gun. In Clone Wars, this kind of uses like a regular rifle, so I don't really know, but it looks nice. I like it. I don't usually use these because they're kind of long and intrusive, unless you're going to do like them holding it like that. And then we've got the running feet, which is a nice Sideshow inclusion. So instead of having like some sort of like foot articulation, they just have like the running foot, so you can get that running kind of style. So it's a nice inclusion. I like it. It definitely gives it a little bit more ability for posability. But let's talk about Sideshow Clone Trooper, because I absolutely love this guy. I've been staring at him all day, and I've been wanting to talk about him, so let's talk about him. I love this exact color of red and white together. I think this is a perfect match in my mind for what looks good. He's got some battle scarring to him, despite, you know, just being fresh off the block. This is like straight up Geonosis guy, so I don't know why there's already so much battle scarring on him. But I guess first battle jitters, you know, he doesn't know how to not scar his armor yet, unless this. So this has to be like post battle, right? Because there's no way you get this much scarring before you even get into the battle. But the red pops so perfectly, dude. It's so good. I love it. I love the visor. I love it. I love the helmet. It's a lot better than the Hot Toys one, which is bigger and weirder and thinner, almost. Like, it's got a weird angle to it. This one is exactly what you envision in your head when you see Phase 1. Sideshow somehow did it. They made something better than Hot Toys. And they did it years before. I don't know what Hot Toys did with theirs. When I was just looking at that 501st clone, and I don't understand it, because I love this. This is so good. If there's one thing to complain about with Sideshow and their clone troopers, it's the doo-doo bodies. But other than that, phenomenal. If you do a body swap on these guys, they're pretty much perfect clones. At least some of them. I got the old original 212 clone trooper, and he's bad. He's just old, and he's outdated. That's why they updated it. But God, this looks good. And I'm only on the helmet. I love the red striper on the back. I love that there's a little bit of scarring on the back there. And right here on the front, it does kind of look a little cheap. It looks like a little bit more like, instead of like scraping it up, it's just like a paint line. It's not like dry brushing or weathering or anything. It just looks a little odd. Like somebody smudged it, but it is designed like that. So it's weird. But other than that, the visor looks great. The little mouth split look here looks great. I love it. Coming down, it's pretty much just straight lines from here. We got his 4 dots, which signifies how much service he has on his phone calls. The white here is a different shade of white than the Hot Toys one. I don't really know how to describe it, but they are 2 different shades of white. And we've got more of that actual movie design as opposed to the Clone Wars design, where they're a little bit bulkier. The shoulder pads stick out a bit more. It's not as flat and flush to the body as it is in the Clone Wars. And it does make it look a little goofy. But at the same time, this is kind of how they looked before they changed it. And Hot Toys went with that slimmer design, so I don't mind it at all. The back is pretty straightforward, white all the way down. There's a little bit of blast scoring there, not too much. I love the red stripe here. It speaks to me. Like, I love the inside white with this red stripe. It's so nice. The red, it's not too much. It's just the right amount, and it's got, again, this beautiful red color to it. And you can see that there is a little bit of weathering on there, but again, it looks really manufactured and uniform, so it doesn't look as good as it could. But you know, Sideshow trying their best forever ago. But I absolutely love this. It is fantastic. And when we get to the bottom, it's pretty much just straight clone from here, except for he's kind of got goofy proportions, and he's got to stay on his base because, like I said, body's bad and his legs don't hold. But he's got like goofy legs where they don't really stand right. But you know, they're pretty good. We got this nice white, some knee scoring here. This weird thick black line on the shin and upper leg armor. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be overall. We got his shoes, which are dirty. I feel like there should be a little bit of sand dirt on him, or like sandiness to him, because you know, this is Battle of Geonosis clone. I feel like there should be some Geonosis weathering on him. But what can you do? But on the back here we have, or let's talk about the belt first. Belt is pretty good. Again, all white, goes around to his butt plate, where it is being held up by the jaws of life. We got the little piece here with the blacks. And then we have the back. All in all, fantastic. I mean, for as goofy as Sideshow can be, and as stupid as Sideshow's current prices are, $280 for Bib Fortuna, you might as well just stick a knife in my mouth. That's insane. But this was good. I think Sideshow messed up by stopping this, but it might just be because Hot Toys was getting into the clone game, and as their biggest supporter, they had to stop their clone game. But I really, this right here makes me want to pick up more. I have the Bomb Squad clone, and I have this guy. Hopefully that yellow one comes in sooner than later. But it's making me want it's making me want the rest. I want like Bakara, and I don't think I'm gonna pick up Neo because Hot Toys might be making that, and I'll have Neo and Wolf, but it's making me want all those other ones, Bakara and Bly, and maybe even Gree if Hot Toys doesn't make them, which I'm assuming they will because he's a really nice design. And I don't know why Hot Toys would make somebody like Neo but not Gree. That'd be a weird one. But I love it, especially the Phase 1. The Phase 1 is spectacular. It is so much better than Hot Toys, and we'll talk about that when I bring out the Hot Toys here in a second. But I absolutely cannot get enough of this guy, and if you can find him for cheap, absolutely pick him up because he's going to do some things to your collection. But anyway, let's get the Hot Toys Phase 1 501st and my Bomb Squad clone out and have a little fun party. Ooh, this gets me excited. So it took forever to get this guy up because Bomb Squad clone also suffers from stupid body syndrome where his body is really loose and he just wants to fall over all the time. And I don't remember where I put the display that he actually came with because he's just kind of like on my shelf in a proper way normally. I built it with him in mind because I knew he's got stupid body syndrome. But boy, these two look really nice. And this guy, he looks good, but it's not great. You can see the visor has like more of a point almost. Like it's more angular. Whereas the Sideshow one is more rounded in the visor and the T here. You can see the round. This one's got more of like a hard angle and it comes to more of a point. And it's at this part here is also much wider. And the helmet's just bigger and more bulbous. And it doesn't feel right. And everybody in Hot Toys notoriously bad Phase 1 helmet. These two look great though. I'm so happy about these two. I love, like I said, Bomb Squad Trooper, one of my favorites. But this guy is speaking to me in such a way that I didn't think he would be. But this red is popping. I keep looking at it because I'm just so happy about it. I'm happy to have more Phase 1 clones because I've got a caboodle of Phase 2. So it is nice to have more Phase 1 clones, especially with the Phase 1 Cody coming out. I thought about getting 2 Wolves to get the Phase 1 helmet. But I don't know, that feels a little too much, like overkill, because he won't have any. Well, I guess he'll have the one Phase 1 guy, but not the other Phase 1 guy. It just feels like overkill. For Rex and Cody, it makes sense because they're my favorites. But like, it's nice to have Phase 1 and Phase 2 in the collection, well represented. And maybe we'll make something work eventually. But for now, very happy with what I have. I just wish Hot Toys would get a little better at the Phase 1 game. But again, you can see the shoulders here. Much wider as opposed to the slimmer to the body. And the bodies are just a little slimmer overall. Because they're not going, like I said, they're going for more animated proportions, which is fine. But I'm definitely happy to have a little bit more of a straight up Phase 1. Now, why don't we get them all gone? Unfortunately, goodbye Bomb Squad, my love. And do some articulation. So he's staying on his display base for obvious reasons. Life ending 360 degrees. Up that far, and down that far, and back and forth. I will say the upper half of his body is really nicely stiff, so I'm not worried about it flailing around. It's just his legs just do not hold him. Arm goes up that far. It really does not go up at all. Arm goes up that far. Up that far. And back that far. Nice 90-degree elbow. You get a bit of crunch, but you got to kind of lift the top armor up, so not really. You do get a leg spread of epic proportions, which is nice, but again, he's got silly leg syndrome, so be careful. Leg goes up that far. Leg goes back about that far. Knee bend of pretty good proportions and a bit of ankle articulation, but not really anything that will keep him from falling over without his display base. So let me fix him now. Alright, not bad. So that's that. Let's slide off to the end. I don't know if there's anything I could say that I haven't already said. I am blown away by this guy. Some random, nameless, red, striped clone has absolutely blown me away. Just with this stupid color red, this shade of red. It's pretty to my stupid eyeballs, and I love him. I absolutely love him. I love clone troopers, as we all know. I've got a big thing for clone troopers, and this guy does it for me. He just, and I'm not even a huge phase 1 guy. I'm an avid phase 2 guy. Always been my favorite, but this guy sold me. This guy's telling me I should be a phase 1 fan instead of a phase 2 die-hard supporter. I'm ride or die phase 2, but I might just, I at least I thought I was. Phase 1, this guy right here might have just swindled me to rethink my previous views, because I love the way this looks. I'm just blown away by this guy. Anybody else have any Sideshow clone troopers that they absolutely adore? What do you prefer, I guess is my question. Are you a big Hot Toys phase 1 clone trooper, or are you still kind of a die-hard Sideshow clone trooper because you like the proportions and you like the way they feel a little bit more? I think Hot Toys definitely looks good on the phase 2, but the phase 1 is still kind of stinky. So let's hope that maybe Hot Toys at some point gets their act together, because I don't think the Fox is too bad, but the visor kind of covers up a lot. But they haven't really, I mean, they did the white clone, but it still has the same problems as the 501st one. They haven't done a 212. They have the one with the wolf pack. So we'll see. Maybe they'll finally figure it out. If not, I'm gonna start printing and painting a million clones, and it's gonna be problematic. Because I just bought some clone stuff that I'm going to sand and paint. I don't remember who I'm making. I think I said in my mind I was going to do either the Clone Gunner from the ATT, which I got a kit for, or Thyre from the season 6 arc on the Banking Clan world, because I love that scene with him in the rotary cannon. It's really nice. But for now, tangent over. I love this clone. He is fantastic for such a simple nothing that has gotten probably little to no screen time at all. But I'm just thinking in my mind, I'm like, oh, I remember Battlefront 1 used the generic clones in their classes, and I can't remember which one Red was. I feel like Red was Sniper. But maybe that's why. Maybe that's why this guy's clicking with me, because it's bringing back Battlefront 1 memories from 2000 and whatnot. But I'm super happy about it. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, because the channel's been doing super nicely recently. And I absolutely love doing stuff like this. I will have some new stuff soon, I swear. But, you know, a lot of stuff has happened recently. Things have slowed down a little bit, but we're getting back on track. And hopefully, sooner than later, we'll get some of that new stuff in. And with all of that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and thank you for watching another 6-scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.